Okay, good evening guys. Welcome to my next shaving video. Hopefully this time I don't murder my neck. So it's a bit healed now. Where last week I shaved with the grey lot with I think it was 20k balsa stroke straight razor. And now this is the third day growth, and I can introduce you guys to some new shaving equipment. So first, so now we used to be talking about all the safety razors, straight razors, open comb, closed comb, which are for the safety razor side, which are more towards, mostly I think it was created by the Westerners. So this time we're going to go east, Japan. This is Kamisori by Iwasaki, one of the most famous straight razor maker. Actually, it's not straight razor. This is a Kamisori. I'm sorry. So Kamisori is called a shaver for the Japanese, and a good friend from Absolute Horn got this for me, and also owned by him. This is a very fantastic shaver. Although you can see later on in my shave that it is quite silent in the terms that when you shave you won't hear the feedback. It's not a bad thing, it's just how sharp it is, and because of how thick it is, I think this is what we consider the wedge type. And also you can see the profile. This is actually like quite flat, and the back side has a curve. So most of the angle that we should shave is actually facing outwards, where the name of the maker is outside when you shave. So once I go to my right side, I will actually have to flip it around, although awkward, but it's still shaveable. And today we're gonna use one of the feel is an underrated shaving cream. It's by Lea from Spain. It is actually, I see that they written there is a sandalwood and oakwood scent. It's a shaving cream. You can see the consistency is like a gel, I mean a cream type. The sandalwood, actually I'm not to say that I don't like sandalwood, that some sandalwood is very pungent. Like those from Tailors of Old Bond is quite sweet scent, I like that. This is also one of the kind. Like you can smell the hint of sandalwood, but I kind of dig the oakmoss smell. It's more oak scent than sandalwood for me, and I really like that kind of scent. It also has some menthol in it, but not to the type like Proraso, which is a very very strong kind. That's for me, in my opinion. Like Proraso is quite refreshing kind of menthol hit, but for this Lea shaving cream, it's actually it's there, you can feel it, but it won't hit you very hard. And we're going to go back to my trusty Boar brush from Omega. I already soak it for around 10 minutes in the warm water. So we'll start lathering on now. So for this cream, since it's a cream again, the consistency is a cream, so I have to scoop it out with my finger. And don't need to be much. It actually has been a while since I used this Lea shaving cream. So if I'm not mistaken, the last time I used it, I was quite surprised by it. Not only because of the scent, but because of the amount of lather it can generate. I was quite surprised, but because of how many different soaps that I have, so it's like it takes a while to cycle through. The consistency of the cream is a bit like thick. If you compare to Tailors of Old Bond, it's a bit Tailors of Old Bond is, you can see that it's already, it feels like it's already has a lot of water in it, but this Lea, need more water. Lea has a very thick consistency, almost stickiness kind of consistency. Anyway, for all the viewers out there who watched my previous video, I'd like to say again, please don't feel alarmed where I murdered my neck. I can say that not all age are like that, because this is by a personal preference by our good friend Richard, where he really loved very sharp age, while for me, because I have a baby skin, I guess, so it's not that suitable, and also of how long I haven't shaved with a straight razor, so technique plays a very major factor. Once you get really used to it, it's not really a very scary thing. Add more water. So quite a thirsty soap. And the scent of it is like slowly, once it get released by the oils, it really starts to come out. I really love the oak scent. It's not that really hits you, kind of. This comes very pleasantly, very slowly coming out. You can see the lather is also excellent. And let's wash my hands and start shaving. Oh yeah, now I can slowly feel the menthol starts to come to my skin. So, Kamisori shave. Again, start from a flat spot. I think this is my 4th use with this, and it's still very sharp. Of course, I have already stroked it on a leather stroke before I start shaving. Really very smooth. Oh, careful not to slice my ears. This razor edge is done by, got some boar hair that fell off together. This edge is actually done by Meister Lim from Absolute One. So yeah, now I have to shave this side. I can't use back the front side of this Kamisori, so I have to flip it around. Although it's not as smooth as the front side, but it's still shaveable. I know you guys will be asking, why don't I shave with both the other hand? Yeah, I'll get to it one day. Of course, there are pros and cons to it, but since I got so used to shaving with just one hand, and you also can see that the way I hold my Kamisori is almost the same as how I hold my straight razor. Maybe my Asianness, I love to hold it like just with my thumb, hold one side. Means actually most of the razor strength and also the stability is done by my thumb. You can see some bit hair on it. Yep, this is the old wound that I reopened. Kamisori really is a fantastic shaver. It's don't look down at it like it's so bare. This is actually a coating. The amount of grip that it provides is surprisingly good. Like it has a quite a rough surface, but not like a rubbery rough. I've been quite intrigued by this Kamisori for quite some time, and honestly I can tell you I'm very glad that I got one. Do some cleanup, and we're going straight for the mustache. So again, for the moustache area, I'll start with the flip side. Just stretch the skin. Yeah, very smooth. So I guess look at how thick this shaver is. The amount of pressure like can really go to the cutting area. So you don't have to. Although I have put some pressure on it, but it's not that much. It's just minute, and then you can feel that it straight away go to the cutting edge side. See? Although this is a old wound that I cut myself on my last video, just reopen it a bit because I put some pressure on this side. But no worries, since it's still evening, not my bedtime, so I can put my aftershave lotion from Proraso. Let me wipe off. For such a unassuming razor, it really gives a very good shave. Very comfortable. Of course, the edge provided by Meister Lim is excellent. I think that also is a very important part of this, the experience it provided. So even though while I believe this kind of Kamisori is harder to maintain in terms of, because of the edge, a straight razor we can cover it into our scale, but this one I heard that some of them, they put a magnet on the wall and then they stick on it. But for me, usually after my shave, I'll just wash it, let it dry for a few hours, then I'll oil it and put it into a box which I won't move, because the edge of a razor, any razor, no matter the Kamisori or a straight razor, the edge is very important and very fragile. Just a small hit on any hard surface will bend the edge and it will give you a terrible shave after that. So before we end, I promise Richard that I'm going to use this aftershave lotion. There's a tiny hole up here and a squeeze where we just aim. surprisingly, I thought I will get stung here, but just a very cool feel. So I guess it's not that deep, the wound. Just a flesh wound. Yep, just wipe it around. Yeah, smell refreshing. Excellent. So thank you guys. See you. Have a nice weekend. See you. Bye.